Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. So I've had a bit of a hectic week and I never managed to find time to do anything on the various models that are here waiting to be dealt with. And so I'll begin where I left things. When I left things, and if you remember, in the last video about the Roco, we're still here with the Roco ex-Röwa Deutsche Bundesbahn carriage. I was mentioning that the body was tending to flex, it wasn't well clipped on, and so Railway 187 suggested in the comments to glue the weight in position, because the weight, as you can see, it has a very long weight here. And this weight tends to increase the sagging of the body. See, if you look here, if I push the body down, you can see that it tends to sag. This clip is not catching well in there, where it has to clip. This lug is not clipping well in its housing. So Eric of Railway 187 was saying you could try gluing the weight onto the chassis, and this way the whole chassis will become more rigid, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So we'll do it together. So we'll get a few small clothes pegs to use as clamps. These are my favorite clamps when I don't have to clamp something very big. I've got a few of these are very useful things. Small clothes pegs, very useful, and we'll use PVA glue and glaze. This is the one I use. I don't have another PVA glue. This is very good because this is good for crystal clear windows, bonding canopies, etc., etc. And it's very good because you can paint it. And of course, in this case, we're not going to be painting it, but this is the one I use. And considering I do lots of things with transparent parts and windows and glass, I always have this here in the house. Okay, so we'll just put a spot of glue on the bottom of the weight, and then we'll clamp everything together. So we don't need the body for the moment. I've not even got the modelling mat out because this is just a quick thing. Then I have to have lunch and I've got to go out. Okay, so we'll just add a spot of glue to the bottom of. I don't even need to use a toothpick to do it, because generally I put this stuff on with a toothpick, but we'll actually just scoosh some spot on and then spread it with a toothpick. I hope you can see what I'm doing and not. Okay, there you go. I'm putting some glue on here. Okay, spot of glue, because anyway I don't really ever need to take this off, so that's it. So I can just glue it on as it is. I don't need to make a very complicated bonding, just to make sure there's plenty of glue to. I should have had the phone in the other over there in front of us, but I've got it plugged in because I've got to go out. I'll be out most of the afternoon, so I need the telephone to be charged. Okay, I could charge it in the car, no problem, but always prefer to go out with the thing fully charged, or as fully charged as possible. Right, so now we'll just put this here, put enough glue to do the job, and I might even be a bit more generous and stick some along the sides as well. Even if it overlaps, it doesn't really matter. This is a case where it's better to be generous with the glue, because it's not as if it's going to make a mess, overlap, and require a lot of cleaning. It won't. Okay, and now we put the glue away. There it is. That's Deluxe Materials. Great product, absolutely. This is fantastic. Modelling glue. Okay, right, that's that out of the road. We can put it there. My maybe we could even put it where it lives, which is up here on near the other odds and ends. Okay, right, now we'll get this and just drop it in position. Okie dokie. There it is, that's it, in place. And considering I want it to clamp, I don't want the body to sag now because of the weight. I'm going to take these clothes pegs and just, I think the green ones are better, and just clamp this boy in place with the clothes pegs. 1, 2. Oh, as long as we're not damaging any bits of bodywork under here. 3. Here as well. Another one. Another peg here. Maybe we might try and see. There's some bits and pieces here. I think I'll use a real clothes peg here. Here I'll just use a larger one because this is a clothes peg that I use for modelling, and when I have spare glue I just paint it. So that's why. There's a wasp stripes on it as well. It's a wooden clothes peg that I borrowed permanently from the clothes peg bag here at home, and it just remained as my modelling clothes peg. Let's add another little one. This white one is a bit smaller, I think, so this is not wanting to cooperate. Let's see if it goes on. Oh, I think we're good. Perfect. So that'll dry. This will set. We'll just let this set. By clamping it on with clothes pegs, I can actually leave it somehow. We'll just put it on top of one of the polystyrene cradles, and that will just dry like that. That's okay. Okie doke, that'll just sit there and set. Okay, so that's that done. Then that, at this point, the weight being glued onto the chassis, it'll make the chassis more rigid, and it'll eliminate the tendency to sag, of the chassis to sag. I still have to get the wheels, the order the wheels and things. I've got other things I've been doing lately. Then we actually will be doing the same thing with this here. In fact, this is this is an ex-car transporter chassis. This was a car transporter I was given, minus its bogies, minus its wheels. The body was an absolute disaster. It was all broken, and I've cannibalized it for spares. You can see that the buffers are missing because the buffers were donated to other wagons. I'll actually make a video with photographs of previous jobs I did before I started filming everything. But this chassis, which has got its weight inside, if I'll show you, I'm going to actually glue this together. There's a weight in here. It's a Lima chassis. You can see it says Lima under there, right there. This is going to be the chassis of the non-powered part half of the rail car that I'm going to build. So I've got a couple of very good quality new Lima bogies. For the moment I'll be putting plastic wheels in them, and this will be the unpowered car of the rail car, which will be coupled up to the powered car with the Joef locomotive chassis. So here it is. It's got a weight inside. Generally Lima carriages are always fitted with nice weights. There's a nice Lima weight. This was very, very rusty when I got dismantled the thing and I cleaned it, and so this will actually finally get a new life, because this is a good thing of this hobby. And when you build your own things, is recycling stuff that otherwise would be only fit for the bin. But so this will be the next job I'll be doing. We'll see that when we actually begin. I finally made my mind up on how to make this rail car, because I had lots of thoughts of different changing ideas, and now I've made my mind up. Okay, so that's that. We'll let this here set, and I'm going to get some lunch, and then I've got to go out. Cheerio, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao.